may I invite Ms. Santha Gour, INFINITI Design Studio. Let's give it up for him. Fabulous, fabulous. Looking at the video, we could actually define that you're a very adventurous person. Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am. Let's move ahead. May I invite now Mr. Manish Dikshit, Aum Architects. Thank you so much. Let's move ahead. May I invite Mr. Tushar Kothawade and Chiranjeevi Lunkad from Studio Infinity. invite now Mr. Harsh Pote, Pentaspace Design Studios. Let's move ahead. May I invite Mr. Uday Garala from Craft Madness. Can we have the video on the screen, please? Let's move ahead. May I invite Ms. Hemanti Sutaria, PSA. Thank you so much. That was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I think that was one session of videos because we could literally see everything uncensored about their personal choices and what kind of adventure they are into and so much more. So without wasting time, let's move ahead and start with this session straight from the heart. And as we know, Mr. Ketan is the moderator.
Thank you so much. So, guys, as you know, this is uncensored and straight from the heart. We are not sitting on the dais. We are not sitting on the stage. We are sitting here with you guys. So, to start with, there's only one condition, that you have to open up with everyone out here. And you'll not get a chance to speak straight from your heart with these 12 words. Yeah? To break the ice, I think we should start with one thing which everybody has experience in their professional life, which is very embarrassing. Yeah.
Okay, I think everybody must be facing very challenging situations as designers and architects. There are a lot of times, we kind of, if any of our team member kind of, there's a flaw in the, drawing or anywhere, and you have to kind of cover it up in front of the client. So that's a very, very embarrassing situation, and you kind of have to cover it up. So that's, I think, the most embarrassing thing for me when it comes to kind of covering up the team flaws, and that's where we face challenges. But yes, when you have a team and when you work as a team, so you kind of work it out. You work out things, and then that's where the the client also kind of comes together and finds solutions. So that's the best part then. So, yeah.
इतना formal जवाब नहीं चाहिए.
You did not even start with a good morning.
Yes, and welcome to all the students who are from Bombay and from, I think, other parts of the, states and also. And anything else you want to ask us, you're more than welcome to answer that and address
They are
those.
eagerly waiting, but they are waiting for you to finish your answer so that they can ask for it.
No, so I think you can carry forward, and I think Manish is the best person who can give you
Okay.
straight from the heart.
I can embarrass everyone. I embarrass my team all the time because many times during our presentations to the client, I don't even see the designs. I don't even see what they have done, but I'm sitting there in front of the client for the first time and opening the design for the first time. So I create my own, I'm a storyteller. So I create my own concept and ideas, which is completely opposite of what they thought about, and you could see their eyes. But they are happy seeing the client's reaction. So that's embarrassing in front of my team, but as long as we are good storytellers, we are giving an experience to our clients. You create a good experience with the way you are telling the story.
That's creativity in the true sense.
I think the similar thing happened with me where because it's student, I think मैं talk in Hindi, I think. Hindi or
French also.
yeah. तो I think बहुत अच्छा memory है यार सुट्टा और चाय और वो सब तो कट्टे पे क्योंकि मेरा रचना संसद था तो वो बाजू वाला कट्टा. So I think what happened was that in one of the presentations, because as Manish also said, in my studio also, in our studio, there is a lot of, we delegate the work. We give work to the लुईकान वगैरह में मैंने बहुत सारा ऐसा काम किया था. बाय कर स्टेपलिंग तू ही कर ये कर वो कर. वो टाइम पे कुछ तो हुआ, मैंने बोला यार तू ही कर अभी है. एंड नेक्स्ट डे वाज अ प्रेजेंटेशन. आई वाज समथिंग समवेयर एल्स. I reached to the client's office. The guys came in the morning. और जो था, जो elevations और जो angles and 3D views थे, they were absolutely not up to the mark. Public ने कुछ भी रद्दड़ काम किया था. 12 बजे कैसे कुछ तो means it was pathetic to the core. कुछ भी किया था, कुछ भी. I mean, and क्लाइंट मेरे को देख रहा है, वो बोला यार क्या तू मेरे को चू बना रहा है, क्या कर रहा है भाई, तू कर क्या रहा है ये. मैं यार तेरे को ऑलरेडी कॉन्सेप्ट का एडवांस दे चुका हूँ, सब कुछ दे चुका हूँ, और तू क्या कर रहा है. मैं बोला देन व्हाट आई डिड इज द ओनली थिंग, एंड आई वाज आल्सो नॉट सेटिस्फाइड. मैं बोला दिस वाज अ जोक, नाउ द प्रेजेंटेशन इज कमिंग एंड इट्स गोना बी इन immediate, in plan, impromptu. And then I just sketch few things, this. Ground floor sketch करके दिखाया. Ground floor पे उसको ये हो गया. थोड़ा elevation का concept दिया. थोड़े lookalikes, अपना pin interest तो चलता ही है, तो थोड़ा उधर add करवा दिया. And I think that was the whole thing. And somehow I got things together. And he is like, bhai, next time please don't do this. Please present a formal presentation. So I think that was the whole thing.
For many a times for a designer, the most embarrassing challenge comes when we are talking to our clients, and sometimes, not sometimes, but many a times, client used to start challenging themselves by their own, because her requirements are different and his requirements are different. So they start, और टेबल पे ही डिस्कशन शुरू होता है और टेबल पे ही आर्ग्यूमेंट शुरू हो जाता है, एंड दैट आर्ग्यूमेंट टर्न्स टू अ लॉट ऑफ फाइट सेशंस इन द ऑफिस, एंड वी पीपल आर स्टूडियो टीम्स एंड वी आर, अभी एक शांत हो जाए तो उसके बाद में कुछ डिज़ाइन डिस्कशंस का प्रेजेंटेशन शुरू करते हैं. और मैनी अ टाइम्स इट हैपन्स विथ एवरीबडी. I hope everyone has faced the same challenges. So it get embarrassed when you are with the design concept or anything in your mind, but they are in a different zone. Maybe.
Yeah. But I think the fun part will be because you are from Rajkot, right? Yeah. The language changes a lot when there is a heated discussion. Yeah. And we want to hear that part of the story, right? Automatic. That's a universal language in any country.
And this is how you want to embarrass him.
Not in that terms. वो जो बातें होती है.
Whenever you are going to say some word, let me know. I'll be beep.
Not that kind of, but husband wife होती है या father and son होते हैं, तो उनका जो requirements का जो झगड़ा चलता है ना on the tables, that I want bathtub in my room. And she said, नहीं, वो मेरे साफ नहीं करना है, मेरे को वो चाहिए ही नहीं. And then the story starts from the powder rooms and goes on to the entire formal living.
You join them for the fight?
No. I always keep silence on the other side. I always keep silence on the other side. So the room remain calm and cool.
I usually get entertainment in the office. You know, सबको staff को बुलाने का explanation.
Yeah, so for us, I think all these stories so far have been of good embarrassments, where they've had a successful venture after being embarrassed. With us, it was a different scenario. We were pitching for a project. It was an IT office that we were pitching for in Pune. And the client's name was Tony. And one of his requirements was, in the side margins of his bungalow, he had buried his dog, whose name was John. And he said that we want to retain that and want to create a small memory for him in the design. And so we got this, okay, ये तो उसका weak point है. So we started our presentation that day and everything was happening well. And then came the moment where we wanted to talk about that spot in the marginal space. And I started by saying, ये Tony का grave है. And and actually Tony was alive in front of me. He was the owner of the company. And to my embarrassment and to our loss, we lost the project because of that. Yeah. So मुझे लगा मेरा ही grave बना दिया होता वहाँ पे. So that was it. It was sad.
So I will give you an experience. So all of what everybody has said, we've gone through. I've forgotten clients' names, I've forgotten clients' dates, I've forgotten overlap, I've forgotten who's the assistant who's coming with me. I like him, I've seen all the presentations when it's presented and I'm making my stories. But I want to tell you all a very good experience that we had when I was doing a job, which was super duper embarrassing. So we were working, my husband, Prashant Sutaria, PSA Architects, and I, before we got even engaged out of college, we were working with Themis Karyashala. Now, Themis Karyashala is an architect who had probably been a part of Hafiz Contractors' growth at that time. And we were both working in his office. So for 1 month, Nishka, I didn't make it so hard for you. All he did is make me sharpen pencils. I was a professional architect. And till date, my pencils are super sharpened, which is okay. That's not the point. We used to love to go to Jahangir Art Gallery because this was at Fountain, Lenton Chambers. So, you know, just squeeze out. He's gone for some meeting and Prashant and I would leave and appreciating all the works of art. And here's this guy who comes behind us and he says, what are 3 of us doing here out of office at this hour? So you won't believe Themis Karyashala himself. So we're like, yeah, sir, but what are you doing there? So that was one of our most embarrassing moments when you're trying to live up to, hey, you know. Another embarrassing moment is when you're overdressed for the client, when you're underdressed for the client, when you cannot wing it, lots of those. Thank you.
Pencils
I have
are
3
sharpened,
stories.
cutter sharpened or just
Cutter.
fabulous? I also. My professor, वो actually my professor Khanolkar, he was then I think LS Raheja principal. He is my professor Khanolkar, Mr. Khanolkar. He was currently, if you passed, he was professor at LS Raheja. He is like boss, no sharpen, no sharpen. कटर से 5 साल कटर से शार्पन करवाया.
I am still very fussy about my pencils, but I don't have to do it now. Thank you.
Okay, so I have 3 stories. 2 is embarrassing for us stories, and 1 is the client said a very stupid thing and we didn't know where to look and we didn't know कैसे जवाब दे इसको, क्या बोले.
Will you marry me? Maybe.
नहीं, इतना बुरा नहीं था, but ठीक था. So the first was when we landed up for a presentation and we are telling them it's for an office presentation, and we said we have some 4 layouts with us and visuals and everything. We showed them the first layout, very nice, they liked it, explained it. Option 2, it looks very much like the first layout. Somehow we passed through that. Option 3 looked very much like the first and the second layout. Option 4 was also the same. The kid who was assembling the PPTs had assembled all the 4 presentations as the same plan, and it was super, it was super embarrassing. But ho gaya theek, we got the project also, that was not the problem. It was a funny moment, but it went through. The second really embarrassing moment was, fortunately it was a very old client, so chalta tha. But still we were sitting in our conference room and we were showing them a presentation, and I think some kids in office were doing some masti the night before. They were doing some unwanted searches on the net, and while we were showing them that image, a very nice image of a lady came up and no, it's uncensored. But that's not the part. This gentleman who was doing the presentation, one of the kids was doing the presentation. He didn't see that. वो बोले जा रहा है और हम सब देख रहे हैं इसको समझ के. We like, and we were like, now, अच्छा ठीक है, just shut it down. So that was embarrassing. The last one is funny, which I'll never forget. It was amongst our first projects, and we were with this very big client. उसको बड़ा office करना था और हम उसको बड़े शिद्दत से पूरा plan समझा रहे. It was a mezzanine floor. There were lots of staircases going up to the mezzanine floor and all. And suddenly the client says, अच्छा ये staircase ऊपर जाती है. अच्छा तो हम नीचे कैसे आएंगे? And we didn't know what to tell him. We couldn't tell him, whatever we said, it would have come across he was stupid. So we didn't know what to do. Somehow we got through, but that was one thing I'll never forget. Somehow we said very calmly, हाँ sir यही staircase से आप नीचे जाएंगे.
No, but when you get such clients, you should be very happy. फटाफट काम हो जाएगा. Just keep them happy and do your thing. Confuse them. No, keep them happy. Not fair. Manish, not right. Keep them happy, but do your own thing.
No, but a good architect, I think
Sure.
the definition of a good teacher and a good architect fits in very well.
Yes.
So you try to convince. If they are not convinced, confuse. If not confused, corrupt.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, just wing it.
That's the
Wing
funda.
it, guys.
That's the funda of a good architect. But I believe that all these young guys must be wondering. I would like to ask Santha. Hi. Oh, वो प्रोजेक्ट कैसे मिला तुमको? वो प्रोजेक्ट कैसे मिला?
कौन सा वाला?
ओ
कितने मिले उसको?
अमिताभ बच्चन का. ओ
अच्छा
क्या?
अमिताभ
क्या?
बच्चन वाला.
कैसे मिला? Now we are getting
उसने मुझे फोन किया, कहता है मैं अमिताभ बच्चन बोल रहा हूँ.
करोड़पति से?
No, somebody who knew him knew us, and he asked him for an architect, and he recommended our name, as simple as that.
Santha had the fastest finger first.
No कमाल का story
इतना
there.
नहीं चाहिए था.
हाँ बस simple था.
Everybody wants to know how to grab your first vision.
Yeah.
Come on. I want them to ask us more questions. Confusing questions that you guys have. How do I do this? How do I do that? Project कैसा करते हैं? Like I remember for the first time I asked my professor. My girlfriend is an architect. Should I marry her or no?
Manish,
So I'm going to complete my architecture degree soon. And I think I do relate to his question कि ठीक है, how long should we work and then how do we get our first client? कि वो कैसे कि how do you start your own journey? वो confidence किधर से आता है? Because अभी तो ऐसे लग रहा है कि कुछ आता ही नहीं है.
Do you know to swim?
Yeah.
Okay. If I push you in the deep sea, will you start swimming?
I will try.
You have an option, right?
Yeah.
Start doing that. That's how it begins. So it's always you need to have that guts to do it. कोई आपको फांसी में नहीं चढ़ाएगा for doing something a little bit wrong here and there. So have that confidence and just jump into that water. You will learn to swim. Simple as that.
Okay. Thank you.
And otherwise hide under the table for some days, everything gets sorted. Thoda wo.
So actually, you can ask all of us how we got our first project. You can actually ask that. But also how to, whether that confidence is there, most of us don't know. We always learn on the job. I think all of us learn every day on the job. Every day we learn something new. So for you also, me, I can say on my first own job, we actually used to have the site happening inside. वर्क हैपनिंग इनसाइड और हम सीढ़ी पे बैठे रहते थे और देख रहे होते थे, कारपेंटर से सीख रहे होते थे, उनसे बात कर रहे होते थे, एक सूत कितना होता है, वी डिडंट नो, दे यूज्ड टू टॉक इन एक सूत एंड वी से ये एक सूत होता क्या है. सो दैट्स वेयर यू कीप ऑन लर्निंग एंड लर्निंग, आस्क क्वेश्चंस, लर्न, गो टू द हार्डवेयर शॉप, अंडरस्टैंड द हार्डवेयर, just keep on asking questions, be inquisitive. धड़ा मारने का, काट कोना, धड़ा, exactly.
Take the mic.
Well, actually, I'm still studying. I'm from Pearl Academy, Delhi, and I'm studying interior designing. So it's a very funny thing I had when my house was getting built. So my interior designer came and she told कि अच्छा ऐसे ऐसे करना है, and my mother was there, तो उनको नहीं पता था, and I was like मम्मा उसको बोलो ऐसे नहीं ऐसे करना है. I was in the college और मैं उनको बता रही हूँ, मम्मा ने कहा इसको क्या कहते हैं, उसको क्या कहते हैं, तुराई क्या करनी है, ये क्या करना है, वो क्या करना है. तो there was a mixture getting, एक मिक्सचर बन रहा था ऊपर टेरेस के लिए. तो मैंने कहा मम्मा इतना रेता डलवाना है, इतना. मम्मा कहा व्हाट इज़ रेता. मैंने कहा मम्मा मुझे पता है, अब उनको फ़ोन दे दो, मैं समझा दूंगी कि क्या होता है. मम्मा ने तेरी ज़िंदगी यही है, पूरी मिट्टी में जीना तूने.
You know, this reminds me that, I don't know if this is working, but anyway, I'm loud enough. This reminds me that, I had a inhibition for many years in my life that what if the client asked me a question that I would not know the answer for? Okay? So that kind of, because at that time you're not smart enough to distract them, to show them the other thing that you know, because ultimately you know a few things, you don't know a few things forever. But I was always like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, tick 10 karo, 10 list. And 11 question, then I'll say, yeah, I'll just let you know. Prashant, I'll call him up. So, I always had this inhibition for many years. So it took me some time to get that confidence. And my first project was a bathroom. Seriously, without a bathtub.
Ma'am, one more thing, when we see plans,
I got a stipend, 10,000 rupiah. That also I remember.
Ma'am, when we see plans, तो जब मेरे घर पे हो रहा था, तो मम्मा and पापा was like, what is this? हम इसमें समझे क्या? It's a very funny thing कि हम देख के समझते हैं. So like, मम्मा ये तो ऐसे निकल रहा है, ऐसे.
Come towards Build India Vision as we are going to begin very soon with the second session. It's a request to all the delegates out here at FOAID to come towards Build India Vision as we are going to begin with the second session very soon. Thank you.
No, I was just saying how it is, it's an amazing thing कि जब हम read करते हैं. I'm telling my experience before starting interior designing, before getting into the college. I was like, कुछ भी नहीं समझ आ रहा है. और हर बारी यही होता है when we start getting, मतलब कुछ नया सीखते हैं, तो it's an excitement कि हम इस चीज़ को ऐसे भी use कर सकते हैं. And now at this time, इस moment में हमारे पास कितनी नई चीज़ें आ गई हैं to use, separate thing कि हम paneling में कुछ कर सकते हैं. So it's amazing to use that.
Sorry, I think I'm taking the mic and holding it. Just one very important thing everybody, I think, should know is, of course, we won't know everything forever, but the most important thing is the key to success in any profession is your quality communication. Even your drawings, guys, nobody cares measurement 8 foot hai ki 10 foot hai. Everybody wants to see clarity. What are you redoing? What are you undoing? How are you presenting? What is your execution status and what's the product and how are you going to work at it backwards? So please remember, if you are a good communicator, you have good personal skills, trust me, you have a better hand. That's what I've experienced.
Also, to add up to this, you guys would have learned working drawing in college, right? Now, there is no rule how a working drawing is supposed to be. I hope you guys know. There is going to be in your professional life and your career, wherever you're going to probably do an interior project, architecture project, town planning, whatever that may be. The meaning of working drawing is as long as a third person is able to read that drawing and execute it. So please add as much as information as you want. Don't just fill up the drawing because it looks so beautiful filled up. That's bullshit. Just make it simple, easy to understand. If you can execute what you are drawing, that's all you need. You don't need to have all those worldwide knowledge about that product you're designing or drawing.
So I'm a second year interior student and I recently thought of starting my freelancing. Oh, thank you. So that person was a relative of mine and I wanted it to be, a little formal and all of that. So I met him and he was like, the first thing he said to me was, I want a home that does not need frequent cleaning and all of that. So I don't want it to be messy or, have very visible dust and I don't want to clean it every day. So the next time I went to him and I showed him my design, everything from the PPT that required a lot of cleaning and all of that, he chose all those designs that wanted a lot of cleaning, be it shelf, be it some, barricade sort of a thing, and I couldn't just think about something else because he's choosing everything opposite to what he wanted. And in the second meeting, he said that, he just flipped the table and he said that, okay, now I want something else. So, how to deal with that?
But in your presentation, you should not have shown that.
No, but I kept all those options. I kept one option that is very pretty also, but then 5 options that are very easy to clean also.
Because you showed the wrong option.
I mean, you have to...
So either you have to mention this option is no maintenance, it's just white wall, nothing over here. This option is 3 maids at home, vacuum cleaner, dusting, everything, not in India, in New York. So you should mention everything. So he understands what a good design, where it is supposed to be.
He sent some options to me. Yeah.
I will answer that. Most of our clients also, especially the women of the house, she will come and she'll say, I want a maintenance-free house. I don't want to clean anything. The dialogue, the statement that we make to any of our client who would ask for this, we tell them the minute you walked inside our office, you assume that the maintenance has started. And we also tell them right from your body to your car to any damn thing, it needs cleanliness, it needs maintenance. Otherwise, without that, nothing can sustain for long. So, how do you, otherwise keep things in place, clean it? Nothing in this world exists something like this.
Yeah, but what she's saying is, yeah, that's true. But what I've understood, what you're saying is the kind of in-depth requirement which will be extra based on the design, which is cleanliness. Dusting is, anyways to be done, Chiranjeevi. But what I'm saying is, when you have some sharp surfaces or you'll have some starry design, then that's going to require that 2-3 pocha or, right? So that might be the issue.
He sent me some pictures that I also included in the PPT, and those pictures required cleaning and all of that. So if he is sending me all those pictures, I have to incorporate it somewhere in the PPT.
No, but you are supposed
You
to
tell him.
with him. Otherwise, after everything is done, whether or not he likes it, so that your payment is not done 100%, he is going to bring up the topic about the house is not maintenance free.
Yeah.
It's better to be, like what she said earlier, communicate clearly.
Yeah, you tell him.
What you're doing, what he asked for and what you're delivering.
And have the courage.
and there is, tell him that the images you're sending are contrary to what you're asking me for. So is this what you want? So maybe then he'll himself realize what he was doing. Then
Don't shy away from communicating, please. It's not going to be, he's not
Pehले
going to
wo-
come and kill you guys.
The main subject about everyone's topic is that you need to concentrate what his requirements first. Second is have a 2-3 conversations on repetitive modes before finalizing any of the designs. Because if the client concern is not clear in his mind or her mind, you cannot justice to your design. So first we need to communicate. We will communicate in a 2-3 layers first. Then we will understand that what they wanted. If you get the pictures that what they wanted, you can design better design for them. What we always obvious.
So I'll just add to that again. So when I started off with my career, I used to be a very introvert person and shy away from, contradicting to the client or speak up to the client so much. So every time nodding and listening to them also is not the right way to go about it. So I learned that after few projects, after a few years. So whatever in your mind, you have to speak up. That's the way the communication has to go away very, very nicely. And I think the client will really go by you once you've communicated them very well. So they'll totally stand by your word.
So there are two subjects which we don't learn, which I think we should all learn and we should promote, which I've told Habib Khan, in architecture and interiors. The two subjects are, one is the psychology of the human being, because that is a connection to the communication. We should know body language, we should know how they dress, we should understand, we have to sense their pulse. This is one subject should be made compulsory according to me in architecture and interiors. And the second subject is accounts. Because if we don't know accounts, we are learning it on jobs. I mean, we're still... Yeah, design chodo accounts pehle. He said it.
Just to add to her, what you require, the basic is the judgment of a client. What exactly they are looking at it. So what we do is that our philosophy is very clear. We know that we don't want to make every project of ours is like a Taj. We make one item which is a hero of the project. Rest, it has to just go on. Wherever you find, okay, when you judge that, okay, this client is, gullible, or he listens to you, or he's allowing you, giving you the freedom to work and ready to walk the path you want to do, that's where you hit the nail. Otherwise, you need to run your office. So you need to understand, okay, I'll do tweaking a bit, keep one thing which is a hero of the project. Rest, I'll just keep it very simple, straightforward, where it is easy to execute, no pressure on you. So it's a judgment how you do it. So यार बॉस कोई मिसल मांग रहा है, आप बोल रहे मिसल के साथ मैं तरी दे रही हूँ, ऊपर से टमाटो डाल रही हूँ, ये डाल रही हूँ, वो उसको नहीं चाहिए. तो आप फोर्स करोगे तो फायदा नहीं होगा. So judgment is where, what I think they said also, a couple of things, 2-3 conversation, what he also said, that is how you judge a client, or you sense them, that what is it that they are looking at. So that judgment is a very... that is true. Yeah. Any boss? Yeah. 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 Insta.
So,
Insta.
talking about glamour, I want to ask a question from all of you. कि जैसे होता है ना कि हम किसी क्लाइंट के पास जाते हैं एंड दे आस्क कि जी हमारा घर तो ऐसा बना दो कि सब देखते रह जाएं. या दैट्स द सेम थिंग. या एंड उसके बाद व्हेन यू गिव देम द कॉस्टिंग एंड दे लाइक ओ माय गॉड व्हाई सो एक्सपेंसिव, लाइक यू नीड, मतलब हम तो अपना देंगे मैम, वो करेंगे तो फिर उसके बाद दे विल बी लाइक कि ये वाला ज़्यादा बेटर लग रहा था, वी वांट दिस बट इन लेस प्राइस.
So then you should say Porsche doesn't come in Maruti's price, right? So
Very, very simple thing. Whenever a comparing this cost with. Because if it is expensive, it is always expensive to what? So you need to ask them, clarify, and you're more than happy to understand. It cannot be my friend's house was this much. It was done 3 years ago, 2 years ago. It was done with mediocre material, whatever it may be. But no, it is the same. They would try to tell you. But you need to convince them and understand. There cannot be a term just them blaming and telling you that it is expensive. For example, somebody is going to tell me, oh, Taj Hotel is expensive because, yes, it's Taj. And it's expensive because there is another hotel which is serving the same dish at half the price, right? So there is a comparison. Here they don't have, and they just try to twist the words and try to tell you. You need to understand as professionals, your design may be expensive, your product what you are designing, that can be executed in 10 different ways. It all depends on how much a client wants to spend. So we are not expensive. They don't know the value of what we are designing.
So I think what I agree more to the Ketan, I think for me it was always, for my graduation, I was very firm that at least 5 years I want to work with a firm, minimum 5 years, which I did for 7 years. So 5 plus 5 is always, at least that's my mantra. 5 years you take an education where your theories are done, but what actually happens on site or actually happens in project, you are not taught in any college or any curriculum doesn't cover up. So 5 years, take it for at least for architecture.
And also, guys, you know, as an architect or interior designer, we are always going to burn the candle overnight. This is not a finance where your numbers are going to just shoot unless you do some miracle, which everybody is doing and not succeeding. Okay? So you really have to be passionate about your profession. You're really happy to see what you've accomplished, whatever the client says, and then only this is a serious forte to follow. Because your heart has to be on your sleeve, then you'll always do the right thing. And it is not a money-making profession, let me tell you all today. Maybe through the years, little money you'll make. I mean, but it's not like a dollar versus a rupee story. हाँ ये वो डॉलर बढ़ी रहा है. मेरी बात मत करो. मेरा inheritance भी आ सकता है ना.
It's a money making profession. Okay, but one.
Not the way the finance. I mean, there's a comparison. No, but overall.
Hi, I'm sorry. Hi, panel. I just have a between question. From a student's point of view, very clear. इतना 4 साल 5 साल पढ़ने के बाद when we come with a portfolio to professionals like you, आप लोग क्या देख के उनको hire करते? So just make that very point very clear. अगर अच्छा है तो बुरा है, जो भी है clearly.
Do you know this term called as a elevator pitch?
Yes.
Are you aware of it, all you guys? Yeah. Okay. It means that we receive almost 20, 30 odd emails each day. And in the month of November, Diwali के बाद आपका January का term शुरू होता है internship का, and I think in May or something we got another bunch of CVs that keep coming up. We receive so many, but that few seconds of us when we open that attachment, when we see it, if we like it, trust me, that is the main thing. Don't push in content because आपने इतना काम किया है. हम लोग ने भी काम किया है, but we don't want to keep showing that again and again. What is that precise thing you need to showcase? If you want your portfolio to be creating that that eyeball effect, that's how you're supposed to do it. Precise, minimal, what you want to express, show it in the right way.
But, sorry, I'll also add, portfolio very important, but sometimes I open CVs and there are critical details which are not there. There's no mobile number.
Okay.
There's no address.
Okay.
Address why I look? Because I don't want to hire somebody from Mulund, whereas my office is in Malad, or hire somebody from Pune, whereas I am here. You know, so CV portfolio बहुत अच्छा है, but critical detail.
Yes, that is where means I am in a teaching, so that is where we tell students that you don't miss out this. So I want anything that, because students ask, हमें पूछते कि sir मेरा reject हो गया. So what would be the reason?
Reject इसलिए भी होता है. Now, reality. There are some interns who are rejected our office. They have come, joined us. After 3 days, they are missing, and they say, I have got a better job opportunity somewhere else. Interns. The CVs that most of you guys are writing, it is like the way you are doing your WhatsApp and Instagram Gen Z language, GTG, TOF, whatever, all those funny terms you guys use. You're typing that on emails. We are not your friend. right?
Yes.
We are trying to teach you something. And when you are coming for internship, trust me, it is still a part of your curriculum. You are still learning. You're not creating any benefit for us for being there. We are trying to do something back to our professional community. We are trying to train you guys. Stop asking us salary kitna milega, kabhi chutti milega, what is your working hours? What project I'm going to work on? Seriously, these are the questions you guys are asking.
Yes, actually, sorry. We also faced, sir इतना काम करके portfolio बना के हमसे toilet design करवा लिया 6 महीने में. ये भी हमें reviews मिले हैं. हाँ, but ये भी हमें face, मतलब we face it our end. Correct. Yes.
Basic. Yeah, details, sections.
And actually, when we face such questions, na, so obviously we cannot ask the industry ahead ki why this has happened and why the student has been.
Please ask us, because we want to also clarify what all nonsense they all have done. Sorry, but no offense to all you guys. You know, your seniors maybe or your batchmates. You guys, please be. You're the future of our country. You're the future of this profession. You cannot take things so lightly. It's disheartening for us to see and not just architecture. I'm telling you, every professional today I'm seeing, it's being taken so lightly, you don't even care. The day I tell somebody from my team, don't you even know this? They quit the job next day without any notice. And it is shocking. It's really shocking. You know, if that is going to be the way it is, I don't see how everything is going to progress. For our country especially, I'm looking at it.
So, and we also. Yes, design, anything. Academic questions.
These both are not talking at all. You ask them.
What is that?
What is a gargoyle?
Sir, अभी class हो जाएगा sir.
She can also join now. Come. वहाँ पे. How are you?
Uncensored में you are added on.
Public debate.
So, those questions are related to academics. It's nothing to do with your practical things. I'm asking them questions about history of architecture. I'm asking them about construction.
अरे बाबा, वो छोड़ो. Just ask. 1:2:4. 1 क्या है? 2 क्या है? 4 क्या है? वो बस.
Or just this thing ki how many centimeters are there in 1 feet? But
Sorry, I'm not dragging you, but we really genuinely want to understand if you guys need a calculator or you need your Instagram account right now to get that answer.
it's a right time to drag your professors. कि हम लोग को सिखाते ही नहीं.
You said gargoyle, that is a motif architecture. अच्छा question अलग है, sorry.
So I think.
Okay. 2 feet, na?
Centimeter. 1 feet. How many centimeter in 1 feet? 30.
30.
30 centimeters.
Sir, you also
20.
Sir, वैसे अगर देखा जाए तो it's not about that, but if you calculate 1 feet, it comes to 300 mm. To be precise, mm 3.0, 304, 304, 304.
I know. Interns are taking our interview rather. It's the reverse.
Honestly, you know, I'm very happy when people ask me these questions because, just let me finish. 1 minute. No.
Basically.
Let me just finish this point. 1 minute, Ketan, one important thing. So what happens is, I also want to train somebody who understands what I do and who is going to give their heart to it. So if they're not going to if you want to do residences and I give you an office and you're going to do a let-down job, you're interns, but things are happening in reality check, right? So I'd rather do that. Yeah, it's your approach, your attitude, of course. Yeah. It depends how they put it, of course. But it's okay to ask. It's okay to ask.
Ask.
But I just feel, there's no seriousness that comes across from interns. You have to be of a learner mindset when you're actually coming and wanting a job.
But there are good, very good interns.
That's what I'm saying.
1 year.
So it is like a three-year interior designing or a 5-year architectural course. You finished it. You learn just the theoretical part. How about the practical part of the other side of the sea? So what we used to do is let the students come into the office. First 6 months we train them what is the office system should be, what should be the drawing quality, what should be our standards of the office. They learn that first, then they learn the services, what are the keynotes they miss in their drawings. They usually don't look at the services. They are the actual one, they are the skeleton of the designs. They always missed it. So thus try to keep yourself as a passionate learner for a first 2 years. Then you start exploring yourself that ये मेरे को आ गया सर, अब मैं कुछ कर सकती हूँ या कर सकता हूँ. Then that faith रखो.
Does this answer your question of why we give them only toilets to do? Because we train them for
it does answer, because even I have interned, I have done projects, been teaching.
I think the students need to remember
What?
that these people are at a pedestal, so there must be something in them for them to be where they are. And if I want to be there, then I have to walk the path, I have to walk the talk.
And generally what we also tell them that sometimes it is okay to make a mistake, but realize what mistake you have done on somebody else's money. That is the only thing. And generally interns, they switch. Yes. So, मतलब ये चीज़ हम
मैम यू सेड कि इंटर्न्स को मतलब दे आर इंटर्न्स ऐसे बोलते कि हमें ये मतलब प्रोजेक्ट वो पूछते कि कौन सा प्रोजेक्ट आप कर रहे हो एक्सेट्रा, बिकॉज दे आर क्यूरियस कि कौन से टाइप में उनका इंटरेस्ट अलग होता है ना, मतलब किसी को सिर्फ आर्किटेक्चर. हाँ दैट्स पॉइंट आई एग्री कि पूछने का वे होना चाहिए. यस यू आर राइट. हाँ द वे ऑफ टॉकिंग. एंड सेकेंड इज कि इंटर्न्स को डिज़ाइन में ज़्यादा पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करते उनको. ओके हाँ. इन माई इंटर्नशिप आई डिड डिज़ाइन वाला पार्ट. एग्री, मतलब क्लाइंट के साथ भी बात की थी मैंने, बट आई एम सेइंग कि माई फ्रेंड्स टॉकिंग कि हमें इधर नहीं काम मतलब ज़्यादा इन्वॉल्व. सॉरी अभी आ रहा है. ओके कि मतलब मेरे फ्रेंड्स बोलते थे कि हमें इन्वॉल्व नहीं किया जाता, क्लाइंट के साथ बात नहीं, एकदम ड्राफ्टिंग वाला काम देते एक्सेट्रा. बट मेरा एक्सपीरियंस अच्छा था. आई एम सेइंग कि बट ऐसा होता है कुछ ऑफिस में दे डोंट इन्वॉल्व कि इंटर्न को कुछ ही नहीं आता, मतलब दे आर लर्निंग.
The thing is that it's a big responsibility to take when you're designing a project, So when you do a mistake, it comes to us as a firm. It doesn't go to you. So you can't expect as an intern to take up the entire project load. You'll always be under a senior or a junior designer because you've come to learn. You've not come to really do the job right now. And unless we don't see that coming from you, we cannot give the entire load onto you to take up the entire project. So that you have to understand.
I'm an architecture student, 5th year student.
You join me as an intern.
Okay.
Would you be able to design a 30-story building in 2 days with all 3D elevations and everything for implementation? But we need to do it.
Yes.
In 48 hours. So you can only be a helping hand at that two-seater, there are already 6 people sitting there. There are various reasons, right? There are a lot of people also in the office. You would be, as an intern, the junior most in the design team. There are others who also deserve also to be pushed a little bit ahead. We are not trying to push you down. Oh yeah, sorry.
You need to just have patience of learning. You need to climb the ladder step by step. So if you are in grade 1, you cannot appear to standard 10 exact. You need to understand that give time to yourself. Day 1 of the office, you just cannot be a part of everything.
Ma'am, I was working with Hafiz Contractor as an intern. I used to get stipend of 1,000 rupees. My train pass was 700 rupees. My chai in the office was 1,000 rupees. I was paying more than what I was getting. I was still running around doing that. My office timing was 10:30 sharp. I have to be there, otherwise we would be kicked. In the night, if I come home at 12:30, everybody in my house, they are happy. 12:30 in the morning. Okay? And if I miss that timing, the next train I had to take it at 4:30 in the morning. I had to go home, sleep for 2 hours, brush my teeth and come back. That is how we used to do. Throughout my internship period, I was only doing correction of drawing. So DLF का दिल्ली में होता था. You have to just do green pen का correction करना पड़ता था. Just 4 lines in 8 drawings, set of 8 drawings non-stop. I was doing that. One time I got an opportunity. I requested my boss, please can I do this one small lobby, lift lobby. So throughout my internship, I did one lift lobby only. I was satisfied. I'm not complaining.
Hi, just to move away from the student questions for a second.
There is
Yeah.
space here.
Just as a working professional, how do you maneuver a situation when you're dealing with a large family and you have to take into consideration everyone's opinions? Because the family is not going to blame each other at the end of the day if something goes wrong. The responsibility is on you. So how
you
do
mean the client's family?
The client's family, correct. So how do you...
I am very...
I
have a hearing problem, so I always tell one person speak to me.
Absolutely. The ideal thing to do in this situation is to communicate that you will only take one person's opinion. One person will be the point of contact. But it doesn't usually... It's not that easy.
See, psychology, right? She told you clearly. It's all psychology. You need to play safe here, trying to explain to your client, we are happy to hear all your views. Ideally, we want to do everything that everybody wants, but finally, when we get confused with so much of information, we would rather want you guys to internally decide and come to us so that we give you the right thing that you want. So you have to play that little dirty game, trying to ensure that only one person talks to you. If they don't understand, you have to tell them straightforward, एक आदमी बात करो, सब लोग नहीं बात करेंगे. That's how it is.
Yeah.
No, but what I think is in the first 2-3 meetings, Shanita, you can understand who is the powerhouse here.
Yeah, exactly.
I have done certain things right.
Agree. So
Financial deciding factor, kiska kidhar influencer, who is the influencer in the home, and take them. Then purple color bola to purple karo na, sab acha hi lagta hai.
Couldn't agree more with her. I think our experience is the same. Where in one of the house we did weekend house at Pauna, so we sensed that this is a person. And we clearly asked them that we will only take up the job if one of you all can do it. And then they were looking at each other. Then we said that, okay, then we only suggested if this person can take up that role. And then just maneuver with that person and do communication.
I think very important last point, what you can do is when there are too many people, like how we did the Latur house, one guy for finance, one guy for design and essence. Yeah, then nobody, koi beech mein hi nahi na ek dusre.
Yes. So मेरा क्वेश्चन थोड़ा कंट्रोवर्शियल भी हो सकता है, बट सो एग्जाम्पल स्टूडियोज़ कर रहे हैं एंड वी आर डिज़ाइनिंग फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी आर गोइंग मतलब अभी हमारा एग्जाम्पल इंस्टीट्यूशनल स्टूडियो है. सो फैकल्टीज आएंगे, दे विल से दैट ये केस स्टडी करो, वो केस स्टडी करो ऑफ सम स्टार आर्किटेक्ट और अच्छे जिसने काम किया है. एंड उसमें से हम आइडियाज़ या इंस्पिरेशन लेके इफ़ वी आर इनकॉर्पोरेटिंग आवर डिज़ाइंस एट द टाइम ऑफ जूरी, ये क्या किया, ये नहीं चलेगा. सो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि कॉलेजेस में प्रोफेसर्स होने चाहिए एज अ टीचर और प्रैक्टिसिंग आर्किटेक्ट्स?
हम लोग के पास वक्त नहीं है, लेकिन होने बहुत चाहिए।
Design के लिए especially you should have practicing architects.
Yeah, for studio at least you should have a practicing architect.
So yes.
For studio only.
So specific सारे subjects के लिए नहीं, but as of if we are considering studios.
एक इसका आंसर, इसका एक आंसर है एक shortest answer. I been to one student's jury. Or she was crying, and just I was passing through the passage, and she was crying and standing out of the classroom. That what happened to you? That sir had rejected my entire portfolio just due to one mistake. But what mistake you did? So even that is not clear. Yes, they said that this is rejected. So she was crying, and I just go inside the classroom and I see the board and I see the drawings what she put on the board. And then I just draw a one pencil line and said that your fall of this jump of the swimming pool is wrong. If your dimensions is this, the human scale is this, and your pool size is this, you can't jump like this. You jump like this. I just simply draw a one line. उन्हें पूरा मॉडल बनाया था, पूरा पेपर मेश एंड वायर मेश स्टेनलेस स्टील तार धागे वागे डाल के मॉडल बनाया था, लेकिन द प्रपोर्शंस ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट्स वर रॉन्ग. सो फैकल्टीज डोंट टीच यू. फाइनल ज्यूरी पे आपको नहीं बोलेंगे कि योर प्रपोर्शंस आर रॉन्ग. दैट यू हैव टू लर्न ऑन द फर्स्ट डे व्हेन यू स्टार्ट डूइंग. ऑब्जेक्ट मेकिंग करवाते हैं, स्पेस प्लानिंग करवाते हैं, तो दैट टाइम यू लर्न दिस ऑल दिस थिंग. देन द फाइनल ज्यूरी में आप इतनी बड़ी गलती नहीं कर सकते. That happens.
Every day, whatever you are happening in your college, please consider it to be real life. Right from the time that when you go and वो प्यून बाहर आपका irritate करता है आपका mood को बोल के रुको इधर खड़ा रहो. When you are going in an excited mood and they annoy you, or they are very good to some people and not good to some people. That's how it's going to happen to you in real life also. When we go and pitch into our clients, sometimes we are made to wait like an idiot in their lobby with all our presentation, computers and everything, probably more than the time that we were told to come. And they are not even sorry about it. So this is your training point. Whatever you are learning in college, you are being kicked by your professor. You're probably, some people are even failing. I failed 2 years in architecture. I loved it. I studied more than all you guys. And BArch, 7 years padhai kiya. I failed. I topped in my final year. I was 7th in the university. It's not because of, one time it was because of me 1 year. The second time it was not because of me. So it's not, you know, I was being pushed by many people in my college, etc., etc. I did not care, you know, this is what I am. But then you need to also understand this is also a part of your life. Don't crib about each and everything that happens to you in your college life or in your professional life also. I was even ragged badly when I came into my profession also, in my internship period also. So it's just part and parcel. That's how थप्पड़ लगेगा तो ग्रो होगा ना. आप लोग को थप्पड़ नहीं मार सकते आजकल, वो तकलीफ हो गया है. So please slap yourself. Thank you.
Thank you.
अरे मास्टर्स डिग्री दे दो इनको. Yeah. Sorry. I came uninvited basically. Oh well, this is the next gen जो advice वैसे सुनते नहीं है. My daughter is all your age. She has 1 year for in and the other one is especially for out. So I think just follow your heart. But जो भी करना है शिद्दत से करो. Be honest and true to yourself. That's all I will tell you.
Everybody should,
Thank you. Just be yourself. Don't force yourself to do something which you don't want to do.
Yeah, I think you've heard too many bad things today. Just forget it. The moment you step out of this hall, forget what we've spoken. Sometimes, just like you are overwhelmed with whatever is happening, even we are overwhelmed with whatever is happening. Yeah. So just be yourself. Yeah, just be yourself.
I would say put in efforts to learn on your own. Don't just wait that somebody will come and give you information and only then you will learn. Don't wait that somebody will hold your hand and teach you something. I mean, these days the platforms are wide. Try learning things on your own. I think that will help you all more.
I would say be aware, don't be ignorant, be humble, and respect and have a strong character of your own first, because life reflects what you give it. And the last thing I would like to say is just don't be serious about life. Nobody is alive after a point. You don't live it throughout. Everybody goes and, goes back. So just enjoy. Don't be too serious, guys.
No, just for me also, it would be just be yourself, learn as much as you all can, wherever you all join, and an office or an internship or even in your summer vacation, if you all want to join somewhere, join and learn, because it's a self-taught profession. Your professors can't teach you. You have to learn. So you keep your eyes and ears open and you learn.
If you want to really somewhere where you are really interested in, trust me, just walk into the office, tell them I'm prepared to work free of cost here, but I want to learn for 2 months, 3 months, whatever you can. No, I want to learn.
So,
I did that.
yeah. So I think there can be a lot of things, but one, if you ask me, don't, as an architect, as any creative person, as an interior designer, don't fall in love with your design. Open to change. That's most thing. Don't fall in love with your designs. Yeah. So I think your designs.
I think like everybody said, just have a learner mindset. Always try to learn and be passionate in whatever you do. So that will give you success.
You know, there's a reason we call it, we are practicing architecture till you're 90. You're always practicing architecture. You're always learning. So learn.
So one last note from my side, that there is no escapism of hard work. Keep hard working yourself. That's it.
Ketan. Yeah. Ketan, I just want to point out something. Today when we were at the jury, all these youngsters were on the stage presenting their work. Most of them were saying, we did this because the client wanted. The client wanted. The client wanted. So the entire process became client wanted this, client wanted that. So if you are going to own up to that design, you are the one presenting that design as done by you, I think you should say, you should have said, this is designed by me. This was a requirement, was the client's requirement. But the thought process was mine. The input was mine. All the aesthetic sensitivity was mine. So until you own up to it, you are not going to feel the connection to that project. So out of 5 or 6 projects that I saw, 4 people explained it that way. We did this because the client wanted it. The pastels because client wanted it. Double bed because client wanted it. Bunk bed because the client wanted it. No, that's not the way you handle design. Yeah? Develop a personality, let that design reflect your personality, bring in a school of thought which eventually you can make a name for yourself. कि इस type का काम यही कर सकता है, you know, that kind of thing.
You guys have said it all here. What? I would just add up to your statements that we need to express ourselves truly from the heart. And oh yeah, I'm not the boss. And बचपन में मुझे एक I used to go for a mountaineering and एक मेरा trainer था, उसने he was a adventurous guy. He used to be a nature lover. vedeva. So, pagal ho jao. So, whatever you want to do it and freak out on that.